Hey guys, so thank you for stopping by my channel. This is Crafty Kim here, and thank you for seeing this video number 3 of our 12 days of Christmas. In video 1 I showed you how to make the cute little Santa Claus applique face. Video 2 we started the centerpiece of this table doily. Okay, we worked on that yesterday. We made the red center. I chose to go a little different and I added this little rim edge. I will show you this in another installment, but we are going to continue with this pattern or design. So today we are going to be working on making the Santa face applique. What you're going to need for this is a pom-pom or bead or a jingle bell even for the nose, something to have eyes, make eyes with, either beads or these little googly eyes. Of course you're going to need yarn in a flesh tone color. I'm just using soft pink as the flesh tone. You could use beige, ivory, off-white, brown, latte color, whichever color you choose. Of course you're going to need white for the beard and the rim and the pom-pom on top, and red. Okay, so this is the next part of doing this table doily. So yesterday we had did it in the red, and I'm just going to use the same exact doily center pattern but in the color green, and we're going to put this to the side because we do not need it right now. So the first thing we are going to do is use our flesh tone color, and in this case, like I said before, I'm going to use soft baby pink as a flesh tone. Okay, and what we are going to do is make a magic circle or a magic ring, and there's plenty of tutorials out there on how to make that. And I'm also going to be using a size 6/0 a 6/0 hook. It's slightly smaller than your average G hook. What everyone usually uses is G. You could use any size you choose. Chain up 3 in that magic circle. And give me a second, I'm trying to get some better lighting here. And we are going to add in the magic ring 8 more double crochets, because that chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So we need a total of 9 in this ring of the color pink or your flesh tone color. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And what I like to do is, you definitely have to trim off your flesh tone color now. And we will not be using pink anymore. But before we pull through that last double crochet, what I like to do is cast on or add on my white now. And I just hold the tail tight, wrap the yarn around the hook and pull through those last 2 loops and tug on the ends of the pink as well as the white, and keep these all together because you could weave them in while you are adding the rest of your double crochets. So now in this magic circle, magic ring, we are going to continue adding double crochets in the white color, and that will be a total of 12 double crochets in white. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and number 12. Okay, so now that we have our 9 in the pink or flesh tone and 12 in our white, we are going to find the tail that closes the magic circle, okay, and close your ring. Take the tail that closes your magic circle, put it to the side, make sure you have the other 2 on the outside, slip stitch in the third, 1, 2, 3, now we can trim off these because they have been weaved since we started over here. All this, they have been hidden underneath those 12 double crochets, so that saves us time of having to use our embroidery needle to hide them. So the next step that we are going to do now is, give me 1 second, sorry about the camera. My little one just took my iPad. That's why you don't hear the Christmas music anymore. She just walked in, picked it up, and walked away. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we are going to slip stitch back into that same space. And I'm kind of this way because I see that I'm having such a shadow. Let me see if I can fix that up. Okay, so I am back and I was able to solve the problem of the shadow, the dark shadowing. So we chain 3, we slip stitch into that same chain space. Now we are going to slip stitch into the next chain space. I don't know if the camera's focusing. Chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we are going to slip stitch back into that same chain space. Slip stitch into the next chain space. Chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Slip stitch back into that same chain space. Now we are going to slip stitch into the next chain space and repeat the same process. 1, 2, and 3. Slip stitch back into that same chain space. Slip stitch into the next. So we will repeat this all the way down the pink. Okay, so now that we have done the rim, this will be the rim of the hat. This is the beard area. So now what we are going to do is make our Solomon stitches, and there are a couple of ways you can do them. This is the way I choose to do it. I don't even know if the way that I do it is the absolute right way. I tend to cut corners wherever I can. So slip stitch into that white. We want to anchor our yarn on the beard. Now what we are going to do is pull up this loop, and you pull it up as high as you want. Pull up the yarn. Whoops, I lost my yarn. And you can either go back into there and then pull your yarn up and then pull through that, pull up again, and repeat that same process, and then go back into that same chain space and make a slip stitch. I find that as a lot of work, so I usually do it this way. Slip stitch into the next chain space, pull up your yarn, get your yarn over, and instead of going back in through this loop, I just right away make a slip stitch, pull up again, get my yarn over again, and make a slip stitch, and now go back into your same chain space with a slip stitch. So it basically, with this one, you're going to have a bigger little knot here that will be noticeable. With this one, you don't notice quite a bit of anything. And I just eyeball it. I really don't measure. So let's continue. Slip stitch into the next chain space, pull up your loop, your yarn, pull up again, oops, I lost my loop again, and slip stitch back into that same chain space. So you will continue this all the way down till we get to this little loopy thing here. So I will meet you back when I am done. So now I am down to the last loop. I'm going to slip stitch into that last loop and make another Solomon stitch. And I'm going to slip stitch back into that last chain space. Okay, make one more chain, and now you can cut your white. We are done with the shape of Santa's face. Now you can pull this close and weave that in, secure it and weave in. We only have two little tails that we have to weave in. I usually leave everything to the end. And with that, we are going to work on now the hat of our Santa. And we are going to be working in the back 2 white loops of each of these peacock edges that we made for the rim of the hat. Okay, so this is the peacocks that we did, and now we are going to be working in the back to add on the hat. So we are going to grab our color of choice for the hat. You can do green, you can do blue, you can do pink, you can do any color you want, but I'm going to go with the traditional so it can stand out against the green. I'm going to use the traditional red. So turn your work face down, back side or wrong side up. Grab your hook, go in through those two little loops on the back. Get your red yarn or your hat color yarn and pull through. Chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Go into the next two loops. Make sure you try to bring this yarn on top of the picot, because then you'll end up weaving it through. Make a single crochet. Go into the next two loops. Make a single crochet. So this is the pattern we would do for this first row of the hat, is just make a single crochet across down to the end. Oops. Okay, now that we are done, we have fastened on the whole way. I am going to take a moment break. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I am back. We are going to chain 1 and turn our work. We are going to skip this first stitch and work a double crochet across down to our last 2 stitches. At the last 2 stitches, we will make a decrease. So that's 2 double crochets, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we are down to our last 2 double crochets. We are going to pull a loop through and then pull a loop through and make a double crochet. Chain 1 and turn our work. Skip that first stitch, make double crochets all the way down the line to the last 2 stitches. So that's 2 double crochets for this row, 3, 4, and 5, and we are going to make a decrease now in this last 2 spaces. Chain 1, turn your work, and so far this is how our hat is looking. Skip that first stitch, make 4 double crochets down the line, 1, 2, waved in some white yarn, get that out, let's try that again. So that's 1 double crochet, 2, 3, and 4. Now we will make a decrease in these 2 stitches. Chain 1, turn your work, skip the first stitch, go into the next. Now it should be 3 double crochets. Now you can make this shorter. I like it to be long enough where it's gonna make my doily long enough. So if you want it to just have these few rows, you just make your decrease now. Okay, chain 1, and then make a double crochet here. Forgot my yarn over, and decrease on this one. Okay, so now we have our hat done. Of course, you want to adjust this. I was pulling too much on one side. So now we have our hat completed. We are going to cut our yarn, fasten off. Now we are going to move back to our white yarn. And we are going to proceed with making the little pom-pom. Sorry about that, my Labradoodle continues to hit the table. My daughter calls her the dinosaur. She's just so big. Well, she's only 4 months and she is huge. Chain 3, 2, 3. Hold on to that tail. And we are going to make a cluster stitch. So we are going to go in through that chain space. Pull up 2 like we were making a double crochet. Pull through 2 and hold on. Wrap yarn around again. Pull through 2. Wrap yarn around again. And pull through 2. So we've done that 4 times. You could do it 4, you could do it 3, you could do it 6. We need to take our doily now. Find the hole where we are going to latch on. Put our hook through. Wrap our yarn around and pull through all of our cluster stitches. Now you can definitely do it this way. Depends on how fat you want this. I'm going to show you another way of doing this, of latching on or connecting your work. Because I know not everybody prefers to do things the same way. Like, I always try to cut corners as much as possible. So I'm going to pull through 2. Okay. Go through my work. Pull through 2. Do it one more time. Pull through 2. Now I'm going to pull through all of the loops. So that anchors us in the center. Now you could do it that way or this way, doesn't really matter. And fasten off. Now when you weave this through, you would weave it in through the front so that you can top that little green area, and that's how you attach your Santa through the little pom-pom on the top. So now what we are going to do is pull our magic ring closed. Now because I'm going to add a pom-pom here, it really doesn't matter if I have it fully closed or slightly closed. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so now we have latched on our Santa and weaved in all the yarn strands. Now the choices are, what face are we going to put on the Santa? So you can go with small eyes and a small pom-pom, or you can go with bigger eyes with a bigger pom-pom. You could also switch out the nose for a red bell. I don't have any red bells, I only have silver, but it would sound so cute to have all the little white pom-poms with little jingle bells. So every time you move it, it would just make a sweet little sound. I am going to opt with the little eyes and the little nose. I just think my taste, my choice. It's just little is cute. Just add your pom-pom. And of course glue for your eyes. I like to get them a little close together, but not too close. Oops, I think it didn't glue. Let's see. Okay. So there you have it, guys. Here goes our cute little Santa face is all done. Now you would work making the Santa 12 more times or 11 more times, and then I will show you the next part, which is to attach from the bottom of the beard and all the way around. So thank you for watching this installment number 3 of our 12 days of Christmas. Can't wait to show you the rest of the Christmas ideas that I have, and I hope you guys will subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like button. So like I said, on day 4 we will be working on how to attach from the beard, to attach the bottom yarn and work our design edge. So that's it for now, guys. Hope you're having a great day, and see you in the next video.